Welcome back, folks. Another beautiful day. Great day to be in the hills. It's like 95, 100 degrees down at the home place, but up here feels good. It's like 75 degrees. It's a good day to be up here, but I'm gonna go ahead and get to work doing a little spot spraying. This is actually our horse pasture. Our horses are up here somewhere. I'll probably go look for them, check on them, make sure they're doing all right. Then I'm gonna go down the creek and do some spot spraying down there. We don't have any cows down there or anything, so since nothing's in there, it's a good time to spray. I'm gonna go down there, get to work, and get some spray mixed up. Get some water flowing and fill up my tank. Just about full. Let's go check on the horses. Hey ponies. Of course Dirk's gonna come say hi, he's pretty friendly. Hey buddy, how's it going? How's it going? Big D, how are you, pal? Haven't seen you guys in a few weeks. Hey Rosie, Jewel, Mr. Trump, are you playing shy? Hey bud. I don't know if you guys can tell, the tumor in Trump's eye is coming back pretty good. He's not gonna let me look at it now, but you can kind of see it in the corner of his eye. It's kind of a bummer. Probably have to go get that tumor cut out when we get him out of the hills before we start rounding up in October. Maybe even sooner, I'll bring him down. But the vet said it's just kind of because of his color, or the color of his eyes. Takes in too much sunlight. I should have a mask on him. I've tried having a mask on him up here, but he just rips it off out in the brush and stuff, so it doesn't really work out very well. So if you know of any good masks that stay on really well, let me know. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Then we've got a couple bulls in here too that were with our yearlings out in Wyoming, our heifers. We ended up taking all the bulls out of there after we preg checked, because if anything wasn't bred by then, we don't really want them around. There's probably something wrong with them. So one of the bulls is up here wandering around in the aspens. Looks like we found a dead deer. Porcupines and mice and skunks and everything have gotten after it. Here's the other half. Wonder what happened to him. Would have been a pretty nice buck. Not too bad. It's lunchtime, so I'm gonna run over to Iron Creek Lake. Damaris and Silas went up there for part of the day to hang out, get cooled off, jump in the lake. So we're gonna meet up for lunch. I think she brought some lunch up for me. Or we'll get a Sleep Ranch burger from the store. We'll see what she has in mind. Hey Bobby, are you at the lake? Did you guys go swimming, honey?
Not yet.
Not yet? Are you gonna?
Like to.
Yeah, we should go jump in the water. What do you got for lunch?
Cucumbers, grapes,
Yum.
apple.
Some sandwiches. Awesome.
Brownie.
Thank you. Is this your homemade sourdough, huh?
Yep.
Yeah? Oh.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Or are you just saying that for the camera?
No, it's good. What time do you guys get up here?
Probably 9:30. And he slept until like 10:30.
Till 10:30.
Okay, so we do need
Hey, buddy.
you got cauliflower in your hand.
You get food everywhere. The main weed I'm trying to spray out here is this stuff right here called St. John's wort. It's pretty nasty stuff. It chokes out all the grass. I don't think any wildlife eats it. I know cows don't really eat it, or our horses or anything. So it's a noxious weed. It's on the noxious weed list. We don't have a ton of it on our place just because of our grazing strategy and stuff and doing some spot spraying. We've cut it down a lot, but this pasture here, it's kind of a narrow strip, and on each side is Forest Service. Now in our area, we have some really good Forest Service guys who would come out and spray and manage the St. John's wort if they could, but you know, their hands are tied kind of with funding and stuff, just being a government thing. So if you can see right here, there's not really any St. John's wort anywhere in sight out here, but a couple of these plants are starting to cross the fence and they're sneaking their way back into the pasture. So if we get them now, they won't keep moving on throughout the pasture, killing off grass, being a noxious weed. What noxious weeds do, if we can get them now, we can stop that so the spread kind of quits. So I just jumped over the fence onto the Forest Service of our place just up the hill from where there's a few plants are. And sure enough, there's a huge, big old patch of St. John's wort. It goes all the way up this little draw up the creek. So you can see how it moves its way in and just takes over a whole area. So if we can prevent this from happening on our place, we're gonna try really hard to do that. But yeah, big old patch, hardly any grass. Nothing is gonna really come in here and eat this or anything. So it's kind of a shame. Yeah, there's a lot of it all over the place. So we'll just do the best we can and try and keep it dampered down a bit. So one of my wires was sitting under the tank. It ended up rubbing against just some of these metal bars under here. So rubbed the coating off down to the metal wire, ended up shorting it out. So I'm just gonna splice this, and then that should be all we have to do. Just splice this and it should work again. Silly horses. Take one of these splices, put each end in. Hi, Dirk. Squeeze this down with my pliers. Now we'll check. Flip my switch on. Yeah, she works. Good. Here's another pretty example of the St. John's wort creeping into our pasture. On this side we got Forest Service. Pretty nasty patch. Up on the hill you can barely see a big yellow patch. That's all St. John's wort. It goes along the whole hillside, down that little valley there too. So it's starting to creep into ours right here. I'm gonna spray this, make sure it doesn't keep, you know, moving along into the whole valley, all up along the draw, which it will. So Angus and I had to run out to Wyoming, check our heifers quick, check on the water, put out some salt if they need some, make sure everybody's where they need to be. That's it. Good boy, come on. First water tank is nice and full. Angus had a good little run. Looks like she's working fine. Throw a block of salt out here. Tired dog looking for a ride. Another bunch of heifers. They all look to be where they should, so that's nice. It doesn't happen all the time that way. It's a good thing we came out and checked on the water. This tank was actually empty. I got it flowing now, but breaker had just flipped on the electrical box, so when the water got low, flipped the switch on, breaker was flipped so it wouldn't turn the pump on, bring water into the tank. But luckily there are a couple of stock dams, so it's not like they didn't have water, but we just want to make sure that they have water here too in case those dams do dry up. But we come out every couple times a week and check everything over. You need some water, bud? Come on out. Come on. Come on. So I'll probably just wait here a couple minutes, let this fill up a good amount, make sure it's gonna work. Then all the heifers seem to be where they should, so got some salt put out. We'll probably head on home. Good boy. Let's go home. Have a nice ride. Look out, cabbies. I'm trying to get home. Come on. Hey, come on. Get up the road. Come on. Some neighbors' cows.